Hey everybody, we were talking yesterday about using using a metronome in a way where we can have a bar of clicks and a bar of silence, or 2 bars of clicks and 2 bars of silence, or 3 bars of clicks and 1 bar of silence, whatever you want to do to help you when you're practicing and work on your time, and how it's a really effective way to really uh, help you get a good sense of timing and not be hung up on the click and it's a great way to practice. So we were talking about this Tempo app, which is a great app, but it can be a little bit difficult to use. So I was going to do a little video here about how to actually get in here. They have a lot of cool features in it, and you can make a set list on here, and you can use it for a bunch of different ways. So it's a really valuable tool, but it can be a little bit goofy to get going. So I'm gonna just kind of go through some of it for you. So the first thing is, when you open up the app, you'll see this little button here, this little box, and then we have our basic, our preset, our set list, and gig. If we hit set list, we can make a new set list, um, and so that'll help us set up whatever we're going to do with this. Um, and I have another set list where I'm going into the studio in a couple weeks to record an album, and I have all the songs written on there, and I have all the tempos already set up. And then when we rehearse, we practice to that. And then when I go in the studio, if we're going to lay the click down to Pro Tools, as opposed to using the crappy Pro Tools click, which kind of sounds bad to me. So I prefer to have this sound in my headphones. They're all set in there, so I can just take my phone and just give it right to the engineer, and then he can record them right into the Pro Tools. So what we're going to do here is, the one thing I should say is, whatever tempo you have this set at, that's what it's going to be your tempo. So set the tempo at kind of what you want to start off at a regular basis. Whether it's 60 or 80, whatever it is you want to do, but have it set first at that. I prefer to have the accents on it. That's unaccented. So if you want the accent on the one, you would have it here, and then you would put all those like that. And then you'll still get the quieter click here. If you do this again, you'll have silence on those. So probably don't want that one. That's going to be a little bit tough to navigate. So I prefer to have accents on all the clicks. But like I said, if you don't like that, or you want to do just an accent on the one, that's what it would look like for accents on the one. So the key to this is going to be getting set up what we want to do, where there's going to be click and where there's not going to be click. So this little guy right here is what's going to help us do that. That's the automator. So if we click on that, you can put tempo changes in here, which is not what we're doing right now. But here's the key for us: coach mode. Mute 1 bar after every 1 bar unmuted. So that would be 1 and 1. If I wanted to change that, I would just click on that, move that up to 2, and then click on this one, move that up to 2. And so now if I play this,
2, 3,
I have
4.
and then we have our silence. And then we're going to find out how good our time is right now. There you go. We'll see. All right. And I should say, the other thing that's really cool about this too is you can do a count in. So the voice you heard was that nice lady counting it in for us, which is pretty cool, because a lot of times when you're playing with a metronome, you know, you're really playing to somebody else, and you have no way to really get in. So it's kind of cool to have the voice beforehand. If that's something you want, you can have that the count in off right here, and then she's not going to do that. But the cool thing is, you can do 1 bar or 2 bars, so you could have her count that off for 2 bars for you. And then all of these things are limits that you can put on. If you want to do 80 bars or 24 bars, whatever you want to do, you can put that in, and it'll stop then too if you're going for some specific amount of time with that. So that's kind of cool too. So we'll do it without the count off right now. And now we're set at 60 beats per minute. If we want to change that, and just hit this up here, and we'll make it 80 just for yucks. And then hit it again to make sure we're at the right thing. And then there's our silence. So right now we're at 2 bars plus 2 bars. So if I click this and I hit 2 plus 2 and I hit done, then we have our new thing. So now let's just test this out here. We'll stop this. We'll go back here, go back to basic, and then we'll go to set list. Cool. So I think that should pretty much help everyone out. There's a lot of really cool little things here. I haven't really played with this idea yet. This gig one. I think that part of the idea with this gig one is that you can actually send this. Like, it's say your whole band had. The idea would be the whole band has this app. You could send it to it, and everyone would know what the tempos are and everything. And I don't really know how far that goes. I haven't tried it yet, but pretty cool stuff you can get on here, and a great way to practice. So, see you in the forum.